Hey everyone, I got a lot of time right now because I'm stuck at home, and I did say I would review the entire overdress anime when it got released, so we might as well, right? It finished this Saturday, so I'm gonna watch the whole thing all the way through. I did watch the first few episodes all the way up to the recap episode. I don't know why there is a recap episode in the 12-episode anime, but I will watch that recap episode as well. And of course, the first few episodes I would have seen it, and my reactions would be pretty, oh yeah, it's cool, but maybe later on you can watch that. And if you don't want to see any of my reactions, just want to jump to the review, just jump to the end of the video, and I will talk about the overdress anime. Of course, there's going to be some bias, because it's Vanguard, and I like Vanguard, but if it's a good anime, I'll say it. If it's a bad anime, I'll say it. And if I'm just going to sit on the fence, I'll say I'm sitting on the fence. Alright, so let's get started. First episode of the overdress anime. I'm going to watch it all again, even if I watched it. So yeah, let's go. That's the most dangerous one. It's kind of weird. So Megumi picks up on this bit, but I think later on she's like still surprised. So how is this guy still around? Why was he shaking it? Why was that guy just shaking? It's a good throw. It's a good throw. The only responsible adult. This music reminds me of Scooby-Doo. She just brings this outfit with her everywhere. The Vanguard outfit. So they said that they're fighting for the exclusive rights of Wonder Hill. So you're like invading other places and taking their spot. Like invading other dojos. I mean, this is a pretty explosive first episode. I mean, there were some pretty cool visuals, but after watching it again, you're kind of not too sure on what's going on after the critical trigger part, right? It's a visualization of them attacking and guarding, and it looks cool, but in the bigger scheme of things, I feel like it could be improved. But in terms of impact, it definitely was there. This denial. Basically, everyone here is smarter than Megumi. And like, Donji's just naturally dumb, but it's okay, he's good at card games. Yes, that was the end of episode 1. This is the second time I actually watched it. I haven't watched any episode twice. So, it was alright, it was alright. The second time watching it wasn't as hype as the first time watching it with all the boys. And going, wow, this is the first time I'm seeing it. But it's still alright. It's a good introduction for people who don't necessarily like card games. I think I've said that before. But I think that bit, the action bit, past that card game bit, like the critical trigger part, I think people might get confused. Even if they were starting off to point, wow, what's happening? It's just people fighting. That's fine. It's fine. It had impact, like I said before. So it should tithe enough people to watch the second episode. Does he don't do like 2 hours of a job, or like 1 hour of a job before doing the next one? It's like pretty weird job schedule. It's the gig economy. She's so dumb. Oh wow, they did say it. The gig worker. Gotta cater to the BL fans, right? That's how you hide. Wow, it's so easy to join a team. This is what you have to do, guys. Go to an abandoned theme park, and you can find randoms who'll give you cards. That's so weird. Like a random guy randomly walking up to someone and starting poking them. Is that foreshadowing? Everyone has 2 sides to themselves. What the? And it's from this match that Megumi gets known as the jobber of the series. Yes, this part is teaching you to say thank you after playing the game, man. Megumi here is known as like the girl who jumps to conclusions. That trope in all animes. It's like Japan likes their tropes, right? So that you have to fit each character into the trope. Okay, so that was episode 2. They showed more of the game this time, which was alright. They didn't show all of the game, they just showed specific parts of it. Probably the ones that attain to some of the rules. Okay, so this is like the last episode I watched, so might as well jump into it. It's weird that the mom's into it as well. Oh, what the f- oh, it's a training arc, man. Training arc. It's technically not wrong. Like, before a big tournament, it sounds like you want to test every single day. But you also want to make sure that your mental is relaxed. Maybe you're not pulling weeds, but to spend a day, you know, you've done all the prep you can, and you just need to get yourself relaxed for the actual tournament day. Make sure you're not sick or anything like that. It's like the wax on, wax off from Karate Kid, you know? Muscle is not wrong. You need stamina to last through the entire tournament day, otherwise you're gonna get tired at the end. Which is a real thing. It's a real thing. Man, going first as Barrow Magnus is pretty broken. For a guy who's so accomplished, I wish they showed more of this game. But I guess they want to show off more Danji. Wow, he doesn't want to rush it, so he can get to final rush quicker. I'll take it slow and drops the whole field. Yeah, that Nirvana was pretty cool though. That Nirvana looked really nice. This is like when Michael Jordan quit becoming a basketballer and went to play baseball. Okay, so this is the beginning of the episodes that I haven't seen, episode 4. There should be new content, right? New reactions. This guy is gonna be so strong. Better quit before I lose my win streak. It was too close last time. I mean, it's a pretty old park. Not surprised. Just play normally at a card shop, man. Why do you have to play at a dangerous amusement park? It's gonna be like the it's gonna be like Love Live or Girls in Panzer, but they have to save their amusement park or their location by winning card fights. Doesn't he's only known like Danji for like a week, right? And like, wow, do you know where he lives? Why don't you ask everyone else? It's kind of a weird dress, is it? Yeah, because it's dangerous, man. It's dangerous. It's like no one has his number or his email. You know, he's just a random guy. I mean, this barricade is going to be so useful. Just barricading the entrance for a decrepit amusement park. There's probably going to be holes everywhere. Oh, they couldn't build it correctly. That's accurate. That's probably accurate. How does he know where he lives? Wow, he has a license to cut fugu? What's a fugu? Or blowfish? Yeah, I mean, they're trading contact info, but no one else that he actually knows has traded contact info. But somehow he knew where he lives, so he just pops up. Alright. You know what would be a next good step? Getting his contact info, man. It's like the perfect way to teach people how to do things. Just say, I'll take care of it, and then goes fishing for like 2 days. Meanwhile, while Danji handles it, they're gonna continue building this useless barricade. I wonder how many outfits that Megumi has. I mean, she's rich, so she probably has multiples, right? But with those super soakers and Nerf guns, the authorities are gonna be so scared. Water bombs as well. Wow, they're serious. Why don't they just card fight them at this point? Those demolishers with those cranes and those like giant smashing balls and stuff. Just call Tamari as the police. Wow, that tank is drivable. That sucks, huh? I mean, you'd think Donji would handle it, but instead he just wasted his time making the tank work to run people over or something. Oh, Megumi screws up again. So no one read the announcement, the back of the announcement. He was so nostalgic he brought two authorities over as well. So I guess he used to play Vanguard, and they're all on nice terms because he used his first name without any honorifics. So of course they weren't going to demolish the place. But Megumi clearly but clearly Megumi is being portrayed as the dum-dum of the group, I get. So it looks like Donji went somewhere right after he made his announcement. And no one knows his number. But then he came back bringing souvenirs. Because that's what you're supposed to do when you travel far away. You bring back your friends and souvenirs. But now he realized that Yu is useless. So he needs to stick around. Okay, so not a lie. I don't think they should have wasted a whole episode on this. It's kind of more like it should have been a big subplot rather than a main full episode plot. That's for sure. I mean, there were some cute moments, but that was it. Is this going to be an analogy of how Bushiroad resurrected pro wrestling? I think that's how it works. It's building up a body in a week. This is like way more beneficial for you than than Donji. Well, that's not gonna help. Well, at least he's got his trash talking down pat. So is it gonna be like chess boxing? You play like 5 minutes of chess and then 5 minutes of boxing. Oh wow, they mentioned chess boxing. Yeah, that's right. Just have to, if you're a worse boxer, you defend and then play chess. Pretty sure eating before a match is a very bad idea. Especially when you're about to get like punched and stuff, right? Okay, so Donji just needs to trigger an early overtrigger, and his game is done. No need to box. Wow, how does Donji get to go first every single time? So is this like WWE? Is it actually allowed? I'm pretty sure it's... Is it allowed in like Japan for wrestling? Yeah. If you get hit in the head too much, you won't be able to play very well at all. Tamari confirmed to be a big S. Not throwing in the towel. You hasn't watched Rocky 4. Zax has just been sitting there being strangled for the whole time. He doesn't need air. Wow. What a good friend Zaxa is. Get your friend beat up just so you can meet us. Just so your other friend can meet a celebrity. To be honest, I liked that episode more than the previous one. I thought this episode would be pretty lame. It was actually better than expected. So this one was probably better than the previous one, I have to say. Okay, so I heard episode 6 was a pretty big deal. Wow, they showed this? So is he poor or something, or is it just to pay for his travel expenses? It's gonna travel so much just to lose to a... I mean, he's driving him to Kaga, right? So maybe it's to pay for all the toll fees, because toll fees are not cheap in Japan. But he doesn't have hair. It's true. Not gonna lie, Masanori feels like the dodgiest guy. I mean, that driving is unsafe. I mean, that's like when one person knows how to play fighting games and the other person doesn't. So they stop playing you. I mean, last time they fought was for the rights to the amusement park, if I remember. Actually showing a lot of the card fight actually this time. Splurged 333 yen. Oh, that was from the grandma, okay. It's true, having a hobby is kind of important. Just staying busy is pretty important. I mean, if I was the parents, I'd be saying that is, my kid has incredible time management. I think a lot of people experience this when they, graduate from uni. They're like, alright, I've got to get my real job. I don't have time to do things anymore. And I think once you do that and then just like stop yourself from doing things you like, you're in the fast track to like a midlife crisis. Unless you find something else that you do enjoy. And sometimes that is like starting a family. Ouch. Basically every parent, right? Hey, I want a Vanguard to it. Nah, yeah. Congrats. Now let's get ready to go to school. The problem is Toya gets pretty like crazy when it comes to Vanguard. You know, when he was just talking to like Yu at the beginning, it was fine. But then later he's like, give me that mic! Give me that mic! Had a special ending credit that I don't want to get copyright striked on. But yeah, that was a pretty good episode. That was a pretty good episode. They should have more of these episodes. I guess like it does have some pretty. It's pretty real in some respects. When you get older, you have less time. Well, you naturally have less time to do what you want, and sometimes you got to stop doing what you like. Or find new hobbies, or things like that. But if you're forcing yourself not to play just to become a grown-up, then it's probably not a good thing for you. But at the same time, the way that Toya is kind of going from like his normal self to his Vanguard self. His Vanguard self is very toxic. It looks very toxic. So, I don't know. Maybe that's foreshadowing. Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't like Toya as a friend. He sounds pretty toxic. Maybe it's the influence of Masanori. Maybe he's also toxic. Why are they still standing in the rain? Didn't their cards get wet? Soggy cornflakes? Man. I mean, Danji can do everything. Why doesn't he just become a doctor as well? I mean, out of everyone here, I think Tomari is the only one that can do it, right? I mean, if you're hospitalized for abrupt stress, I don't know. It's like a heavy fee to pay. Well, he knows that going to the hot spring with his 3 sisters is gonna be trouble. Wow, Danji's house is very modest. The scene where the food is so bad, but clearly you can't say no, so he has to eat it. So now everyone finds out where Danji's live, and hopefully gets his contact details. These gifts are terrible. Imagine you get a cold and you get so many gifts. Wow. The moral of the story is clean up your room. The toxic look is back. The T in Toya stands for toxic. Bruh, where's his hand going, dude? Can you actually eat an egg like that? What the hell is she? It's like locking it. I mean, that's like a family giving food to their kid. Because I think they're all over. They're probably all old, right? I think Zakusai is old. And you use like the youngest one, right? I mean, that was an okay episode. I don't think they needed a whole episode for this to show off like Danji's kind of living condition. So, I don't know. I think that went for a bit too long. I mean, his attire hasn't changed at all. It's just the same stuff he wears, except he got a fishing bag. He doesn't have enough money for food, so he has to fish it. He spent it all on Yuhu's recovery fees. This is at least some good character development for Megumi. Wow, what a wild guy this Danji guy is, man. If you think about it, they've been playing set 1 meta for a very, very long time. Oh, so it's her pseudo birthday coming up. Or is it the first time when they met? As if she didn't know who Tomari was. Well, that was a big... a big divergence. I mean, I think that was a pretty good thing to cater to an all-girls, all-girls school. The mat just appeared. It's like a holographic playmat. A holographic table. That's right, an adult always fights dirty. Wow, that was a weird thing to say. Double crits make you more attractive? Wait, so who won? It's okay, she'll pay for the bill. She's gonna regret that. She's gonna regret that diet thing. Wait, so is that the sunset or the sunrise? They stayed out all night? Sounds like she'll get in trouble. This is why Danji is poor. He shouts everyone. What a good guy. Honestly, it would have been kind of cool to see who actually won that. Like, they showed off the prison mechanic, but then they kind of stopped before, like, any super cool impact. Like, it's cool. It's like a character development episode, but it still would have been nice to show, you know, the final bits, right? Well, that's a big change. You don't really have Apaches coming in. Well, Masanori owns an Apache. That's weird. So just to make music. I'm guessing from the beginning that Zaxa is a night owl. Acting out of character. So he used to be a Yankee, and Tomari's a cop. So did he stop yanking when he found Tomari? Pretty sure like the Tomari ship with Zaxa is like real. I mean, they can deny it all they want, but that's what they're doing. I mean, at least they're not doing the there was only 4 authors in the entire world kind of thing. So they're keeping it real. Who's flying the helicopter then? Is Toya flying the helicopter? He didn't even pay. Now that is weird, man. I'm always saying Masanori is a weirdo, dude. So he was actually a monk. I mean, I thought they wanted to keep it a bit more realistic. So maybe this is just a jerk. But otherwise, you know, Masanori going from a monk to become super rich. That's... yeah, that was a tall tale. We're supposed to land the helicopter though. Pretty sure this is super dangerous. That's right. For once, Masanori said something correct. Overnight statue, that's like the overnight fort that, was it Nobunaga built? What the hell? Bias. I mean, I kind of like the dichotomy with Zaxa and Tomari. They play the same nation, but totally opposite ideas. Like, even their real life personalities are pretty much the opposites. Did you just cheat? Oh, it's just Shadow Army tokens. Are they gonna show the ending to this battle? Wow, no nulls. Feels bad. Wow, double trigger. Nice. It adds more to the electricity build as well, right? Because it has lighting. Well, that wasn't that bad of an episode. I think that was alright. It's alright. Got to see authors. Got to see nearly a full game as well. So yeah. Getting there. Alrighty, episode 10. Last 3 episodes. Oh, he has a dad? Blue Monday. What a weird name. It's like fighting at the dojos, right? And you break the dojo board if you win. At least they're introducing the idea of teams now, which they probably should have introduced early on. So you get that team v team thing going. Doesn't he need to go home though? Can't just stick around this abandoned amusement park. He's clearly evil. It's always these guys that are evil. They flatter you and then they betray you, right? Yeah, what a weird question. You just say it? Let's be real here. It's like, what's your PIN number? It's this. Oh, okay. That's good. I'll never use it for anything bad. At least he's telling them this time that he's leaving. Now when he's gone, it's time to strike. In before it's like a super deep thing. Like family issues. Pisces and Scorpios. Or is he gonna be faceless? I mean, imagine you have like nothing else to do, you just stick around burning banners. Yeah, it's the short ones. It's always the short ones. Nagumi's still the worst. Masanori. Huh. Look at this toxic team. Toya the toxic guy, man. Is Megumi gonna continue her non-winning streak? Wow. Plays that? He gets a crit anyway. Is this guy Batman? No, he's Bane. Bold like Bane. He lived in the darkness. Man, Toya became a big dickhead, man. Wow, look at this. Faceless dad. They're just watching ads? That's true. That is true. This dad is based, man. Even though he never comes home. That kid's the worst, man. Okay, so we're finally approaching the finale. Which is good. I think we're seeing some movement. Toya being a toxic guy, not surprising. So yeah, I mean, when you're so obsessed, that's what happens, right? The dad was super cool because he's like a maybe he saved up all his coolness for the rare times he's at home. Right, so Yu's gonna run in. And since it's episode 11, he's gonna lose. Why is he happy that it's raining? Is that dangerous? How did he manage to acquire? I mean, he acquired an Apache, okay. It's probably the manliest thing that Yu has done. Just randomly yell. Yeah, how do you fix a merry-go-round? Usually aren't rich girls, they don't know how to make food. Isn't that the trope? Camping out the park? Wow. So did Toya discard his PhD to play Vanguard? It's a bad precedent to set. He discarded everything. He's got nothing. I mean, it'd be much more effective if someone played Bastion against him. You have a week to practice. Get someone to play Bastion. Don't touch it. Yeah, what? He was high. That's what happened. You know, what's the point playing against Magnolia, dude? You need to test against Bastion. Now you can pull out crits. Well, there it is. There's the crit. This is his secret weapon. His secret command is gonna be voice commands. Alright. When he wants the crit, he's gonna get the crit. Certain to win. Lose to overtrigger. Shine it in his face, man. It's gonna remember how to grab crits, and then you became a dickhead. Oh, is he gonna call a whole field again? Oh, he did double Alden? Nice. What a great player. Wait, didn't he have like a... something else boosting? Oh, now his gamer sense is kicking in. Wow. This gamer sense knows where the overtrigger is. This is gonna make him discard a card. Yeah. Take the damage, make him discard a card. Have an extra CV to work with. But that's only Valiente though. Who cares about Valiente? Called it, man. That's why Valiente sucks. Man, Toya's the big man now, going around making kids cry. Just print a new flag. Just print a new banner, guys. It's not a big deal. Alright, final episode, boys. Let's go. Let's go. And then I'll do the review afterwards. Alright, final episode, boys. Let's go. So some very strong torches. I mean, it would have been nice if you turned up earlier. Wow, there's Leonard. Best card. Wow, got damage denied, bro. Attacking rear guards. Crazy, man. Yeah, because you threw all your hand down. What a misplay. Calls a full field again. Oh. Just flip it, bro. That's slow playing, man. Did he just jump away from the table? He's gonna repeatedly beat the crap out of Toya. Yeah, because Masanori's the Apache out of here, dude. Can't leave by herself. And the funny thing is, Danji gave nothing about losing. It's like, I lost, man. That's how you handle victory and loss. Wow, I thought those were kids. I guess this is like the excuse to show like Toya naked, right? Because I think they've seen like all the other guys. So for the Fujos, they need to see the Toya. Wow, so is Toya gonna join Blackout now? What? It's okay. Masanori is rich, so he can repair everything with money. Well, that's awkward. You know this guy that was like wrecking all your stuff? Now he's your leader. So does Toya just take over Danji's house or something? So is Danji gonna join Daybreak? And he's gonna be the leader of another team? So they can set up for like a Yu versus Danji match next. So next arc is Toya just doing gigs in this countryside town. Oh wow, no special ending theme for the final one. Yeah, so that was the final episode. What did I think about it? I feel like there were quite a few episodes that kind of weren't needed or could have been shortened. I mean, it's just a 12 episode anime series, so they don't have much time. But I feel like that just means you have to use every episode like more effectively. And I mean, I feel like they were thinking, okay, we're gonna have a 12 episode, then we can continue the second season, which is basically just a continuation of like the first season, like in 3 months time, right? So it's supposed to just be connected, but they have a 3-month break so people can catch up, because that's kind of the popular thing. So it's supposed to just be like one 26 episode series, but I don't know, it feels like I feel like they focused too much on too many characters. Right, they have like a lineup of like X characters and they focus like a little bit on everyone, but then it just meant that no one was really fleshed out, and it would have been kind of maybe better if they had like just mini arcs for each, like 2-episode arcs for each character to like kind of flesh out that character while giving some, you know, action with that character as well. Because we saw like a bit of everything. We saw like maybe not enough card fighting, I guess, and it's not meant to be a card fight kind of anime when you look at it. And then there was some character development, but we didn't have enough of maybe both. And that I think was kind of a letdown, in my opinion. And in terms of like missing the card fights, I can see why people complain, because people looking at this as like a card fighting show. But you can make a good show about X without, well, like, you can make a good show about Cardfight Vanguard without having, you know, showing off all the fights, right? If you're focusing more on the characters and you're focusing on the anime portion and the character development, then you should probably spend more time developing those characters. I think like a really good show that did everything kind of perfectly was Chihaya Furu, which was focused on Karuta, but had like a really good character development as well. And, you know, they showed off Karuta. I mean, people watching the show probably wouldn't really know how competitive Karuta is played. They'll know how Karuta is played, but not competitive Karuta. But you don't actually need to know that. And when they show off the thing getting played, they don't show off like full matches. They show off like specific portions of it. And you kind of get the gist of it, which is kind of good enough, right? Which is probably something that they could do in this anime. But they kind of don't do that, so that was kind of like a missed opportunity, because they wanted to do both, but didn't really do both that effectively. And I guess another thing is also that maybe they didn't want to do the arc, kind of the mini arcs, because one of the things is like one of the things of slice of life animes, which I think this is a big slice of life anime, is that you're able to jump into the anime at any time. So let's say if I missed episode 3, 4, and 5, I can jump in at episode 6 and go, okay, I have a good idea on what's going on, because each episode is self-contained, except for like the last few episodes where, you know, when you're going to the finale of a specific season, then sure, you can put like a multi-episode season. But I think when you're doing that, you know, you're making self-contained episodes and you're not getting enough. So maybe in the future, I feel like they should sacrifice some of that, get those mini arcs going to be able to get that big character development. If I wanted to have like 3 episodes on Megumi, then I can, after that 3-episode arc, I'd be like, okay, you know, I really understand what Megumi is all about, or a Tomari arc, or a, you know, Danji arc, things like that. Because in the whole 12 episodes, we probably got like half an episode of one character. Maybe Danji got like 2 half episodes. You got like 1 episode, and he definitely should have gotten way more, because he's supposed to be the newcomer to Vanguard, someone that we're supposed to identify with, but we never really got much from him. So I think that also is a mixed opportunity there. They really need to push that portion now. They're showing off like the teams, which is like a really cool kind of thing. You know, team adding that kind of team tension going on. So that should be pretty cool going to season 2, but I think they still need to work on those kind of better character development ideas, right? So overall, I think I'd probably give this anime like a 3 out of 5, just because of course it's Vanguard bias, but it definitely could be better. Maybe it's like a 6 out of 10, like 6 out of 10, right? So it's basically just like it's a Moe Blob slice of life anime for me. That's how I look at this anime. Yeah, but more targeted towards maybe Fujo's, because of the all the guys fighting each other naked. It'd be cool to see how Toya evolves as a character. To be honest, kind of went, I don't know. He kind of went like a bit off his rocker at the end. It's after watching like the whole thing through in one sitting, and kind of see why maybe he's like oh he's so obsessed with winning that he went pretty crazy. So it'd be interesting to see how he redeems himself, and how well they at least have that kind of arc already developed for season 2. So maybe it'll be better, right? So maybe this is like a Realm Reborn thing. You know, season 1 not that amazing, but season 2 and onwards will be really cool. I think if they make something like just like a 12-episode tournament arc, I think that'd be pretty cool. Just like Saki for Mahjong, and they're just making 12 anime arc. But I think the one they should probably more emulate is Chihayafuru. And if you guys haven't seen that anime or read the manga, you guys should take a look at it. It's a really good. It's really good. I love that anime. I think it's a great representation of just doing like something competitive, and it gets that down pat pretty well. And I think they tried to do a bit of that in this, but they basically did a bit of everything, and you can't do a bit of everything, right? You've got to make some sacrifices somewhere, or you can't pander to everyone, because if you try to do that, then you'll get no one. So overall, yeah, 3 out of 5, that's what I think, or 6 out of 10, and hopefully a season 2 will be pretty cool. And if you want to watch it, this is currently all subbed on the English Vanguard channel, or is it dubbed? I'm not sure, but it's all subbed on the English Vanguard channel, so you can watch it for free. And yeah, just watch that and enjoy yourself. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. All right, bye.